Everyone has their game. The game that they grew up in their childhood, that they're always going to rave about as the game that either made their childhood or the game that is still their favorite game. Everyone has a few of those. A lot of people in this generation can turn to some of the Lego series, like Lego Batman, some more Wii generation games. But when I got my computer in like 2006, when I used my parents' laptop, I played a lot of browser games. And everyone nowadays is making videos where they're paying tribute to Adobe Flash Player. Because in 2020, Adobe Flash Player will no longer be supported, and everyone was trying to get their cash money in while they could. This is my version of that video. This is a dark room. I'm not going to say much about it other than this game. I have many hours in this game. And you might be wondering what it's about. Well, the room is freezing. The fire is dead. Light the fire. The light from the fire spills from the windows out into the dark. The fire is burning. This game is essentially a point and click text adventure. The fire is roaring. The room is cold. So all I'm doing here is kind of sitting here stoking the fire. Great gameplay, I know, but it will pick up later. However, we won't leave the screen. As we continue to play the game, more and more items will become available to us to click on. We'll have different tabs that come up here from the top. And all we do is stoke the fire. A ragged stranger stumbles through the door and collapses in the corner. The fire is roaring. The room is mild. The wind howls outside. The wood is running out. So I can stoke the fire, use as 1 wood, go into the forest, and gather 10 wood. The sky is gray and the wind blows relentlessly. Dry brush and dead branches litter the forest floor. Just gonna keep stoking the fire. This is my favorite game while I was a kid for a few reasons. I'll get that later. Right now we gotta investigate some noises. Scratching noises can be heard from the storeroom. Something's in there. I'm gonna ignore the noises for now. I think I'm hearing the noises. I don't know if I'm, new gameplay, a new life. I just came into this world. I think I'm hearing things. I think I'm paranoid. The stranger shivers and mumbles quietly. Her words are unintelligible. But this game is my favorite because it doesn't ask anything of you. It kind of just sits here, and then it's a game that lets you play it however you want, in whatever way that you want to manage yourself. Because this game is all about managing. When it comes right down to it, you'll see later that those aspects will come into play. But as of right now, I'm just sitting stoking the fire. The stranger in the corner stops shivering. Her breath calms. Gather more wood from the forest. The stranger is standing by the fire. She says she can help. Says she can build things. This game was made a while ago by Amir something. I'm horrible with pronunciation, so I won't even try, but when it was released on iOS, in one of the ways that I played it the first time on iOS, when you beat the game, you unlock a bunch of little like dev notes and dev audio tracks that you can play as like a new game plus, where you can go over the game again and then listen to him, kind of like a podcast. It was definitely in transition from playing with no sound to having him talk behind it, and that's why I think I kind of got into a little podcasty vibe way back then, is because that concept of really the pioneer for this type of genre, because you don't see any of these games anymore. I don't know why. I guess it's because the new technology tells you that the money's elsewhere in terms of what people are going to be playing, but I'm going back to this one and stoking the fire. So the builder says she can make a cart for carrying wood. She says she can make traps to catch any creatures that still might be alive out there. And I want to make a cart. So I'm going to gather more wood. So now I have enough wood to make a cart. And the rickety cart will carry more wood from the forest. So here we go. And I also built a trap. I don't really have anything planned for this series, if it even is going to be a series. It might just be a one-off, but who knows? I love this game. I might just end up posting it anyway, even though there's really nothing else here, because it'll just turn into a podcast on its own. Not a very enjoyable one, but if you like the sound of me talking and the ASMR clicks that I'm making to stoke the fire every once in a while, you'll probably be here. So I checked a trap, and it contained some scraps of fur, and I'm really trying to find a way to get more yields from traps. I can build another trap soon once I gather a bit more wood, but I'm gonna just keep stoking the fire. Noises again. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm gonna be paranoid for this. Through the walls, shuffling noises can be heard. Can't tell what they're up to. I'm gonna ignore them. I can tell you strategies on why I do certain things because I know so much about this game. I don't know a lot, but I know a lot that I've played it many times over, and I kind of know how to do certain workarounds or how I play. They might not be the right way on how to play, but it's just how I do it. And furthering that point, I think there was a new ending that was added to this version not too long ago. I was browsing the internet, saw that there was a new ending, and was like, oh, let me give this a shot. And I was like, you know what? I think I might enjoy myself if I just kind of make something of this instead of just kind of sitting in my room alone, clicking with no noises. The builder says there are more wanderers. Says they'll work too. So I have 80 wood, and I need 100. And I have 2 people. It's me and then this builder. So we each collect one wood per 10 ticks. So aside from getting our, it says 10 seconds, but I do believe this game runs on ticks, or it used to. Maybe it is seconds now. That's kind of cool. But aside from getting 2 per 10 seconds, I gather wood. Wow, that's a lot of wood. Jeez, that cart's huge. The builder puts up a hut out in the forest. Says word will get around. So what I'm hoping is that whatever this builder does, I can kind of capitalize on it. And it's just going to be me and this builder for a little while. But now that the hut's out there, you know, we have a little place to stay and then some vacant rooms that we can lend out to people should they need our help. Check our traps again. Looks like this time they came up with strange scales, not fur. I want to get another hut, but it's just going to take so long. Oh, maybe not. Jeez, that cart's freaking huge. Oh my god. And there's no real reason we should stoke a fire, but ooh! Okay. So the nomad. A nomad shuffles into view, laden with makeshift bags bound with rough twine. Won't says where he came from, but it's clear that he's not staying. So this dude, you'll come across these little interactions, and I'm gonna say, goodbye. Because I don't have enough materials to buy or interact with him in any way, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to turn him away. We're just too poor right now, but I will build a very rich empire. Or I'll try to. I'll probably end up going broke somewhere along the line, like I always do. This game's really comparable to little mobile games where you kind of have to set up shelter and manage your people and give them jobs, kind of thing. I think the newest one that's out there like that is Fallout Shelter. Had that for a while. Yeah, it wasn't my style. Got really kind of too grindy. But with this game, it has a really nice progression, because this will be the grind for like a little while, and then later along the line, you'll be able to find new things, and then the game kind of shifts. Instead of it becoming a managing game with like people and jobs, it becomes a little bit something else, and I don't want to spoil it, but we'll get along to it later. So a weathered family took up one of our huts, and now our population, besides me and the builder, is 3 out of 4, because me and the builder are invincible, apparently. And there's lore around this game. Oh, this game's community is awesome. I love what people come up with in terms of like creative ideas for this game. But with that, instead of getting 2 per second, there we go. Oh, I don't even gather. Oh, I sit here managing. The builder's the one that... Wow, okay. So I'm lazy. I'm just sitting here gathering. You know what? I'm gathering wood. That's fine. A trading post just opened up. Trading post would make commerce easier. I don't have a lot of fur, so I'm gonna make another hut and then hope that's fine. Builder puts up a hut out in the forest. Says word will get around. Better get around. Ooh, we're a tiny village now. Out of 8. Oh, I need more traps. Hopefully, with enough traps, I can get enough fur and scales and other materials that I can start building, like the trading post, for example. So I'm just going to basically have to be sitting here building huts and then going along down the line. Why do I want a trading post? I don't want a trading post. I'm greedy. We'll just rob people. A weathered family takes up one of the huts. We had a population of 3. Ooh, now 7. We really are a tiny village. Got like 2 families. That's nice. And I stoked the fire simply for aesthetic pleasure, because what are you going to do with your abundance of wood besides stoke the fire? Do we have any other tasks that need to be completed? I think it's just the wood and the traps for now, because we're just supposed to get enough wood. I really probably should have saved up for the trading post there, but I do not have 100 fur. I only have 6. Oh my god. I just need more people right now. And then I need to stoke the fire. Ooh. Some of the traps have been torn apart. Large prints lead away into the forest. Ignore them. We're just ignoring. We don't care. We just live in our life. If they're animals that are just trying to mess with our stuff, we'll just let them be. They'll go away. It's fine. We don't need to get involved with the wildlife. We're just going to be getting some wood and checking our traps. Hopefully none of our people are stepping in the traps, but I don't know if this game's that complicated. That'd be crazy. Just steps in a trap, dies. Ooh. But this game's super relaxing. Like, I'm literally just sitting here, just chill. I'm wearing a blanket right now. Just imagine a dude in a burrito with an arm out, like a Snuggie, holding his mouse, just going back and forth. But that's literally me right now. It's really nice. I definitely recommend this game for a personal playthrough. Or even better, support the dude by buying this game on iOS. It's only $2. It's free online, but on iOS, with all the dev notes and the podcast from afterwards for that, I really think that it's worth it to just support him with the $2. There's this prequel or sequel, I'm not sure, but there's another game along the lines of this game, A Dark Room, called The Ensign, that is also $2 on the App Store, and I think it's App Store exclusive. So I think I really want to buy that, actually, now that I think about it. I want to buy it and play it. He said it's a bit more challenging of a take on sort of A Dark Room, but honestly, from this developer, it could mean anything. And I doubt you're watching this, Amir, but if you are, dude, thank you. Like, I don't know, this was my favorite game for a long time. And it really is sitting there in the top 10s. This game, and then his game that I might show off later, which is Gridland. It's lots of browser games. Where it's like Bejeweled or Candy Crush, if you're too young to know Bejeweled. But, oh man, those games like the epitome of what I grew up with. Just stuff like that. Because of course it's cool math games, it's addicting games, it's, oh man, Ninja Kiwi, the other one. The one that's like a shield or whatever. But browser games are like my favorite because besides having like a Wii and those games, coming out of that sort of age range where I wanted to play Wii games, when computer games were becoming a thing, there weren't many options. Well, there were a lot of options, but it was like World of Warcraft, MOBAs, big ones like that. But I felt like I could never get into them. Like Dota, I tried Dota like a few years ago. I really just couldn't get into it. I really wanted to, but I just absolutely couldn't. It was just too much to learn too fast. The tutorial wasn't giving me enough. I should try the tutorial again. Not to play it like the game, but just to do the tutorial. Because I feel like I was definitely missing something that was a big part of the game. The nomads come back. Or maybe it's a different one, but a nomad shuffles into view, laden with makeshift bags once again. It's clear that he's not staying. I'll buy some bait. Why not? So the bait automatically goes on my traps. And then that will hopefully help me get more fur so that I can get more fur to get the trading post, to get more items, and then we just start going down the line here. Dang, we got 15 people? I didn't even notice. Yeah, another family took up one of our huts. I think what I might end up doing is just kind of sit here, let the episode pause, get a bunch of wood, get a bunch of huts, because this game becomes locked and bottlenecked on how many people you have. But you can sit here and unconsequentially just grind wood, because that's all huts need. Just have everyone gather wood, sit here, gather wood every once in a while, and then just get a bunch of huts. That might be what I end up doing. But actually, what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'll leave that to the next episode. Because I think this one's pretty long. This one will be like a 20-minute episode, but yeah, actually, that's a great idea. I'll leave it to the next episode and then come back, and then I'll only have grinded the huts, and because that's boring. No one wants to see that. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Actually, before you go, let me know if you like the series. Give it a like, give me a subscribe, give it a dislike if you want. Let me know what you guys want to see. Alright, peace out.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.